We're coming up on the middle of June and it's hot. We are close to the triple digit mark each day. So I want to let everyone know what I'm using and more particularly why I'm using it at this time. Now this is my fungicide treatment that I'm using. We all know, or you should know, that when the temperatures for today, the high temperature for the day and the humidity of the day, when you add those two numbers up and it's over 150, you really have strong fungus pressure, in which we have that now. Sound like a broken record, but this is a must. This is not a option. This is a must. And when I say this, I don't necessarily mean this particular product, but I'm going to tell you why I'm using this product. Okay, normally what I would use is a 1-2 punch. This is a azoxystrobin, and this is propiconazole. This is a group 11 and a group 3. What that means is that they have different ways to kill the fungus. So this is a mode of action 11, this is a 3. This is their mode of action. And as you know, you got to use a surfactant. This makes everything stronger. So why am I not using these two? I could just go with this azoxystrobin, but the propiconazole has some growth regulator properties to it, and it's pretty strong. It's pretty strong on the fescue. So I'm using this one instead. This is both a group 3 and 11, that's what both of these are. So I'm only using this because it's a little more gentle on the line. So unfortunately, with turf type tall fescue, it's not a matter of if you get fungus, it's when you're going to get fungus with that. And you're just going to have to get your arsenal together when you have it, and you need to be able to put it out when the strongest pressure comes. Next up, I got the stress blend. It's a little tricky here because this already has nitrogen in it, which is great. It doesn't have too much, but it still has a pretty good amount, similar to Milorganite. If you're just now getting this, I will go ahead and go with the bag rate. And the reason why I want with the bag rate is because it's going to give me more of this potassium. This is what I'm looking for right here. I'm looking for the nitrogen to push everything that I'm putting down. But this is a stress blend that's really going to help with the stress that we're about to go through. It's going to help the roots and everything thicken up. Now this is super concentrated humic acid and kelp. If you want to make things simple for you, you can just buy a product, RGS, I believe that's the name, RGS, root growth stimulant, I believe. It's going to help the plant take up the nutrients that you're putting in. This is another item that I have. Notice how I keep the surfactant in here because, if you're mixing all this together, obviously you got the surfactant in there already, but if you're putting them out individually, you still want a surfactant with all of those. This right here is going to help maintain water at the root zone for the plant. So when you want, this is not, I know it says reduce watering 50%. I'm not interested in that, and I don't care about that 50% because it's so hard trying to keep up with the plant with just watering. Now I'm watering regularly, and it helps me maintain what I'm doing. I'm still keeping that 1 to 1.5 inches a week. I stay with that, and I use this, so it helps me stay on top of it. This, I will also say, is very vital to the success. Okay, this is an item, it's a standalone item that I would use if you don't get any stress blend fertilizer, and if you have some potassium, I will put this with it and make my own stress blend. If you notice, this has a little iron and there's a lot of iron considering how much the package it is, and it has a little nitrogen. Same as this stress blend, you know. So if you had your own potassium, potash, or the K, NPK, the K right here, if you had that individually, you can put that out along with this. You don't need this if you're going to be using this, because look, it contains iron, and I'm doing iron for the color. So another thing that I'm doing, it is okay to let your lawn go dormant. You still want to practice the good watering. You still want to put water on that. You still want to keep the plant alive. If it stresses out and go into dormancy, you still want to maintain it. You still want to keep it watered so that when the cooler weather comes back, your grass will come back. This will come back just like Bermuda and St. Augustine does. And on a side note, this is just a side yard. I'm behind the fence here. I don't feel like getting the key to open it, but what I want to tell you is that, you know, this grass would be dead a few years ago, without the knowledge that I've gained between here and there. The grass would be dead. So the practices that I'm using, I'm just giving it out to you guys so you'll have it. Hopefully it's working for you, will work for you, but this is what's working for me. And I got tired of it dying. I've heard of people keeping their lawns green the entire year, even in some of the harshest weather. Last year, broken record, I know, 47 days of 100-degree weather, and I still had the majority of the grass. If we have just an average summer, or if we get lucky for the last 2 years, we had 8 days, we get something like that, it should be a great year. But I'm still ramping up to, fight this thing, and then we're gonna overseed starting in September. Hold up, if you made it too far, congratulations, because I'm about to give you a bonus. Look, I can't assume everybody's pockets are like mine, which is really, really not deep. This product that I'm having here, that I'm showing you, the hydrotane, the humic acid, the kelp, the surfactant. These products right here is already put together, just like when I was telling you about the RGS. There's a company, I forget the name, but they have a product called Foreplay. That Foreplay is pretty much these 4 items right here. So if you don't want to go through and mixing these things like what I do, and you got the money to spend, just go ahead and buy it off the shelf. That's a good product for you to buy, and it's basically this. And that is targeted towards localized dry spots, but obviously we're not localizing anything. We're trying to do the whole entire yard. You will have to probably check the label for a mass distribution like that, but this right here, I know that I got the 100% potency of all of it, and I mix it together and I can put it across the entire yard.